Vayichan sham Yisrael neged ha'har, kulanu ke'echad.
Chazal tell us, Poischin b'chvoid achsanya. The first thing is to honor the host. Rabbi Tarragon of Yeshivat Hakotel has two great passions, Torah and Klal Yisrael. And when those two come together, the Vayichan project comes about, which is about bringing more Torah to more Yidden. I'm thankful for the opportunity to take part in this project. So what's Vayichan? Vayichan Shom Yisrael Neged Ahor. The pasuk says that Klal Yisrael encamped there, opposite the mountain, on Rosh Chodesh Sivan. It would seem that this is just a necessary preparation for Matan Torah. In order to receive the Torah at Har Sinai, they had to be there. But in the Haggadah Shel Pesach, we say, Ilu Keirvanu Lifnei Har Sinai, V'loi nosan lanu es haTorah Dayeinu. Had he drawn us close to Har Sinai without giving us the Torah, that would have been enough. What does that mean? I mean, what is there in being at Har Sinai without receiving the Torah? How is this one of the Kama Mailois Toivois Lamokoim Aleinu? It's one of the layers upon layers of good that HaKadosh Baruch Hu did for us, is the being at Har Sinai. So the Abudraham says an astounding thing. He says that the Gemara in Masechta Shabbos, Daf Kuf Mem Vav Amud Aleph, says that at the time of the Chet Eitz Hadas, Yordo Zuhamo La'olam, the world became defiled. Yisrael she'omdu al Har Sinai posko zuhamoson. When Yidden stood at Har Sinai, that defilement was removed. Posko zuhamoson. That zuhamo of Eitz Hadas was removed with Yisrael she'omdu al Har Sinai. Says the Abudraham that this took place not as we would expect when we received the Torah. It took place when they were Omdu al Har Sinai. He's Medayik the Lashon HaGemara. When we were standing at Har Sinai, the Zuham was already removed. And that's how he explains why we say, Ilu Keirvanu Lifnei Har Sinai V'loi nosan lanu es haTorah Dayeinu. No, this answer, I mean, only makes our question stronger. I mean, so how is that? I mean, that by standing at Har Sinai, the defilement that came about through the Eitz Hadas was removed by standing at Har Sinai. Maybe we first need to understand what the Zuhamo of the Chet Eitz Hadas represents. And first, let me share with you that the Zohar says in several places that in spite of the fact that Yisrael she'omdu al Har Sinai posko zuhamoson, but when they did the Chet Egel, the Zuhamo returned partially. So it would seem that there's a common denominator between the Chet Eitz Hadas and the Chet Egel. What do they have in common? That needs to be explored. Maybe if we'll understand what they have in common, we'll be able to define the Zuhamo that originally came to this world through the Chet Eitz Hadas and then came back partially through the Chet Egel. You know, the serpent said to Chava that if they'll partake from the Eitz Hadas, v'nifkechu einechem, v'heyisem ke'elohim, yoidei toiv v'ra. Your eyes will be opened, and you'll be like angels. According to most Rishonim, ke'elohim means like angels, like malachim. You'll be like angels, knowing good and bad. So this is a seductive idea, but it would seem to us like a pretty good idea. If man can rise to the level of angels, why is that a bad idea? It must be that man was created to be man and to function as a human, and to be mekayim v'ani nivresi l'shamish eskoini, with all human limitations, with all human challenges, with his imperfection, and he's not meant to be something else. Man shouldn't be an angel. He should be, like the pasuk says, "Va'anshei kodesh tiyun li." The Kotzker Rebbe would say, "Menschlich heilig," humanly holy. So the Heyisem Ke'elohim is really about escaping who and what we are, wanting to be something else, wanting to escape being human. The Gemara in Soite, Daftes says, Kol hanoisen einoi, b'mashe einoi shaloi, mashe mevakesh einois nimloi. Somebody who eyes something and wants something that's not his, what he wants, he doesn't get. Umashe yeshloi noitlem emenu. What he has, he loses. And that's like the Gemara says in Sanhedrin, Daf Kovov, Gamle ozil lemiboyele karne, udne dahavele gzizon mine. A camel that wants to have horns. Not only that the camel doesn't get horns, it's not going to happen. I mean, it's not going to happen. But not only that, but udne dahavele, the ears that it has become cut off. What does that mean? If one doesn't appreciate what he has and he wants something else, he's totally focused on what he isn't and what he doesn't have, he loses his appreciation for what he is and for what he has. And if you lost your appreciation, it loses its meaning. Therefore, the ears you have, but you want horns. Horns you're not going to get, but you lose your ears. In other words, you lose your connection with who and what you really are. And that's the Mashe Mevakesh Ein Nois Nimloi. Umashe Yeshloi Noitlem Hemenu. So Chava was seduced by the idea of the Heyisem Ke'elohim, and that shows a lack of understanding in the value of being dafke human. A lack of, maybe we can call it self-value, a lack of self-esteem. You know, Shloime HaMelech says in Koheles, it's a difficult pasuk, like most psukim in Koheles. In the beginning of Perek Ches in Koheles, it says, Mi kehe chochom, umi yoidea peshe dover, chochmas odom to'ir ponov, v'oiz ponov yeshune. So who is like a wise man and who knows what things mean? Mi yoidea peshe dover. A man's wisdom lights up his face, and the boldness of his face is transformed. That's the literal meaning of this pasuk. The Midrash, right there, interprets this whole pasuk to be referring to Adam Harishon. Mikeh Chacham ze Adam Harishon. Diksiv bei ato choisam tachnis molei chochma. So Adam is the Chacham. Umi yoidei pesher davar. Shepeirash shemois lakoil. He understood things. He defined things. He gave names to all creatures. The Ksiv Vayikra ha'adam shemois. Chochmas Adam to'ir ponov, the pasuk says. Reb Levi b'shem Reb Shimon ben Manasseh tapuach hakevoy shel Adam Harishon koaso galgul chama. that the heel of Adam Arishan's foot made the light of the sun pale compared to the Akevoi Shel Adam Arishan. So great was Adam Arishan. However, the cluster panav like kol shekain, and for sure his face radiated. Va'oiz panav yeshune zog the Midrash b'shosha Omar ha'isha asher nosato imadi. That when Adam Arishan complained, and he said that the woman that you gave me, she gave me from the eights, and I ate. Then HaKadosh Baruch Hu shina panav. He lost his madrege, utradai mi Gan Eden, and he kicked him out of Gan Eden. So this Midrash is saying that Adam Arishan lost his place in Gan Eden, not because of the eating from the Eitz Hadas, but because he said, Ha'isha asher nosato imodi. It's kind of surprising. It's against the Pashup Shad in the Psukim that because he ate from the Eitz Hadas, he fell from grace, and he was chased out of Gan Eden. And here it says that why was it Oiz Panav Yeshune? Because he said, Ha'isha asher nosato imodi. Rashi says, so it would seem obvious that the statement of Ha'isha asher nosato imodi is the makeh b'patish of the Chet Eitz Hadas. That's what made the Chet Eitz Hadas complete, and that's what made it irreversible, and that's why only when he not only ate from the Eitz Hadas, but said Ha'isha asher nosato imodi, he lost his place and he fell from grace. What does that mean? Ha'isha asher nosato imodi, Rashi says on the pasuk, kan kofar b'toiva. This was kfiyas toiva. Hashem gave him a wife because loy toiva yoysa adam levadoi. It's no good for man to be alone. Esel eze kenegdoi. And he's saying that she's my problem. Ha'isha asher nosato imodi, he nostali min ha'etz. Va'oichal zok Rashi kan kofar b'toiva. So it would seem that the escape from being human that lies in wanting the veheyisem ke'elohim is really also kfiyas toiva. It's also not recognizing, not understanding my value as a human. That's why I want to be an angel. One that is uncomfortable under his own skin, who doesn't understand his own value, can't have a meaningful relationship with a significant other. If you don't value yourself, you don't value relationships with other people. Therefore, the kan kofar b'toiva is a consequence of the kfiras toiva that lies in the wanting of a yisem ke'elohim, not having an appreciation for who you are. If you don't appreciate who you are, you don't appreciate who she is. And therefore, it's all one and the same thing. And that's how Adam Arishan loses his madrege. That's the zuhama of the Eitz Hadas. The zuhama of the Eitz Hadas is the lack of appreciation for being who we are, not accepting ourselves, wanting to be someone and something else. Yisrael she'omdu al har Sinai pasko zu hamoson. How did that happen? The Avrohom says that it was just by being there. So the Gemara in Shabbos says that when HaKadosh Baruch Hu came to give the Torah to Klal Yisrael, the Malachi Ashura said, Mo enoish kisis kirenu, uben adam kisif kedenu. Yeah, what is frail man that you should remember him? And who is the son of mortals that you should be mindful of him? And they said, no, hoitcha ala shomayim. Place your glory on the heavens. They wanted Torah to be given to angels. What did Hashem say to them? He says, Amaloi HaKadosh Baruch Hu l'Moshe. HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't respond to the Malachim. The Malachim are talking to the Rebbeinu Shalom, but HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't answer the Malachim. He says to Moshe, as I talk to Gemara in Shabbos Daf Beiches, Amaloi HaKadosh Baruch Hu l'Moshe, Hachzei lohem tshuva, answer the Malachim. Amaloi Moshe, Moshe said, Rebbeinu Shalom, Misyore onoichi pen yisrefuni behevel shebefiyah. I'm afraid that they'll burn me with the fire of their mouth. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, "Echoiz b'kisei kvoidi," hold on to the throne of glory, v'hachzir lahem tshuva. And then Moshe Rabbeinu tells them, what does it say in the Torah? It says, "Anochi Hashem Elokecha, asher hotzicha me'eretz Mitzrayim." Have you been in Mitzrayim? Have you been slaves of Paroi? Do you have a Yetzer Hara? Do you have Kinah? Do you have Sinah? The Torah applies to us, Dafka. Now, the question is, the Malachim, it was the Rebbeinu Shalom's decision to give Torah to man. And the Malachim addressed the Rebbeinu Shalom when they asked, "No hoitcha ala shomayim." Mo enosh. They were talking to the Rebbeinu Shalom. Why did the Rebbeinu Shalom get Moshe Rabbeinu involved and tell Moshe Rabbeinu to answer the Malachim? And when Moshe Rabbeinu was afraid, he tells him, "Okay, I'll give you support. Echoiz b'kisei hakavod," but you should be the one that gives them the answer. Why is that? It must be that in as much as man doesn't understand why Torah is for him, it's really not for him. In other words, man needs to appreciate his unique qualities and know what he is bringing to the table. If Moshe Rabbeinu wouldn't be able to give an answer to the Malachim and explain why Dafka man, with his limitations, with his challenges, with his Yetzer Hara, with his Kinah, with his Sinah, he is the one that can bring about the Kvod Shomayim, then we wouldn't get the Torah. So the answer has to come from within us. So when Yisrael Sha'amdu al Har Sinai is about the readiness for Kabbalah Torah. You know, Kabbalah Torah doesn't just have the meaning of the word Kabbalah in Lashon Kodesh has the meaning of receiving, like Kabbalah's Matana. It also has the meaning of taking upon ourselves, accepting, like Kabbalah Achrayus. Kabbalah Torah is about Kabbalah Achrayus, taking upon ourselves. One can only take upon himself a mission if he understands that he is capable, and this is a mission that's tailor-made for him. So Yisrael Sha'amdu al Har Sinai and were ready to accept the Torah. They understood that Torah is not angelic. Torah is for humans. They, like Moshe Rabbeinu, gave the answer. It's not Nohoitcha ala Shomayim. It's Hashem Elokeinu ma'ad yeshimcha b'chol ha'aretz. That Torah is for humans. This is the tikkun for the Zuhama of the Eitz Hadas. Over there, we wanted the Hayisem Ke'Elohim. We wanted to be angels. But now we understand that the Torah is not for angels. The Torah is for humans. Like Moshe Rabbeinu said to the Malachim. So it's the Amdu al Har Sinai. It's not the Kabbalah Torah that removed the Zuhama, but it's the readiness to accept the Torah, to take upon ourselves the Torah. That's when we rose above the Chet Eitz Hadas. But then what happened was the Chet HaEgel. You know, they said when they saw Boishesh Moshe Loredes Menahar, Moshe Rabbeinu didn't come down from the mountain on time, and they said to Aaron, "Asei lanu Elohim asher yelchu lefaneinu." The Ramban says that it doesn't mean Avodah Zarah. Again, it means an angel. Elohim is an angel, an angelic koyach that should serve as a leader. But why do they want an angel? Why not Aaron? Why do they all of a sudden want an angel? But the answer obviously lies in the pasuk. They say, "Asei lanu Elohim asher yelchu lefaneinu ki zeh Moshe ha'ish lo yodanu mehoyaloi." They weren't just disappointed in Moshe as who he personally was. They said that Moshe ha'ish lo yodanu mehoyaloi. Man is not reliable. We can't trust humans. We need an angelic power to lead us. And therefore, Asei lanu Elohim. They don't want another person. So the emphasis is that here they brought back the Zuhama of the Eitz Hadas. The Asei lanu Elohim is a repetition of the Vayichan Ke'Elohim. Just like over there they wanted to be angels, over here they want angelic leadership. They lost their trust in human leadership. Reb Tzadok HaKohen Milublin says that when it says Vayaminu b'Hashem u'b'Moshe Avdoi b'Yetzias Mitzrayim, he says in the Tzidkas HaTzadik, he says that Vayaminu b'Hashem, we know what that means. B'Moshe Avdoi, he says, means they believed in themselves. He says because Moshe is Keneged Shishim Riboy Nishmas Yisrael. He's the embodiment of all 600,000 Jewish souls. And therefore, when it says Vayaminu b'Hashem or b'Moshe Avdoi, it means they believed in Hashem and they believed in their uniqueness and their greatness and in the fact that they have a mission to fulfill. But when they lost their confidence in Moshe, they lost their confidence in themselves. And that's the Ze Moshe Ish Lo Yodanu Mahoy Eloi Asei Lanu Elohim. So this is a repetition. This is a repetition of the Chet Eitz Hadas. So really accepting the Torah, the first key in accepting the Torah is accepting ourselves. Meaning not wanting to be something else, but understanding that I, because of who I am, it's perfectly human to be humanly imperfect. As long as we embark on the mission towards perfection, which is the human mission, which is the mission of Torah. So the Vayichan Shom Yisrael Neged Ahar is about the readiness for Kabbalas HaTorah, which is the recognition in our qualities, the understanding of who we are and what we bring to the table. The Rebbeinu Shalom should help that we should accept this, understand this, and work with what we have and who we are, and not, like Chazal say, Lo yolecha hamelocha ligmor, ve'einato ben chayrin lipotem imenu. When somebody convinces himself that Olecha hamelocha ligmor, that he has to do the entire job, so when he doesn't see how he can, he doesn't do anything. It's like the all or nothing approach. But we know that most human progress takes place in that gray area between all and nothing. And lo yolecha hamelocha ligmor. And therefore, you have to do what you can do. Yeah, and that's the human condition. And we have to recognize that. And it's small steps in the right direction that change us and change the world. We should be zeicher to be makabel the Torah b'simcha.
כאיש אחד, אוי אוי בלב אחד, וייחן שם ישרוד